let's cheer.
Now we're going full holiday mode. Vlad, you're Russian, obviously. We talk about it every episode. Tell us about, how do you guys celebrate? Do you guys even celebrate? Obviously, you do. It's a Christian country, but talk to me about what the Christmas celebration is in Russia.
Yeah, so this is interesting because, obviously, the winter, I think. This is the common narrative. The winter is a big thing in Russia, right? Like half of the year, it's
meant to be really cold.
Practically, yeah. Practically, we have the winter, but it's not exactly like that. But anyway, yeah, winter is a big thing, and we don't celebrate so-called Christmas holidays. We do have the Orthodox Christmas, which is on 6th to 7th January, but. It's
always on that date,
yes,
which is 2 weeks after.
It's always on that day.
Our Christmas,
yeah, it's always on that day. But the thing is, the most important holiday is the New Year. It's not the Christmas. So the way Russians start to celebrate is we have the New Year holidays from the 31st of December till somewhere of 9th or 10th of January. So basically the whole country had the 10-day break, which is perfect. Everybody's happy about it. And this is a very family event, and everybody's anticipating this in the end of the year. So practically the whole December is in the anticipation of the New Year. And this is where it all starts. So the whole country has the 10 days break, which is the major celebration. And I think, if I remember even my childhood memories, for me the New Year has always been bigger than my own birthday, for example, because everybody's home, my parents are home, friends are home, everybody has the vacation, so everybody's chilling. So yeah, in Russia, they start celebration from the 31st till the 10th, and somewhere in the middle you have the Orthodox Christmas as well, which is the big deal for those who are who are into the religion. But I would honestly say that for majority of the population, Christmas is very blended in the overall New Year holidays.
Question for you on that. Is that a result of the Soviet legacy when it was state atheism that downplayed religious holidays? Or has that been the case for, obviously longer than your lifetime, maybe even longer than your parents' lifetime, but do you know if that's something that the Soviets changed, or has it always been that way as far as you know?
That is a great question, because if you look at the Russian history, the New Year has not always been there. Before Peter the Great, the New Year started on the 1st of September.
And the old calendar.
And they didn't have the Christmas tree. So Peter the Great, he brought the Christmas tree tradition, and he made the 1st of January as the beginning of the New Year. And then I think, I tend to agree with you that this New Year celebration is more of the Soviet legacy, and it's a very family event. And it has a lot of specific traditions. There should be specific meals on the table, and you heard about Russian salad, I assume. You know how it looks, this.
I know
white thing.
I know Uzbek salad. When I was in Uzbekistan, I don't know if that's the same as Russian salad.
I don't know what Uzbek salad is.
It's honestly really just a salad, but
no. So there's a specific salad. In Russia they call it winter salad or olivier, or outside Russia it's known as Russian salad, the white thing. Then we have something called herring under the fur coat. Another type of salad, we can show it over here. It's definitely should be on the table. And then typically the way you look at the New Year table is like this. It should be very rich, full of food, and in order to make sure that the upcoming year will be rich and prosperous and all of this. And then so we have all these meals, and one of them must have is the like small sandwiches with the caviar.
Oh, caviar,
with the black or red caviar.
Ikra,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and this is like these meals, they are very typical for all the families, and that's why like in the West, you have the Big Mac index, but in Russia, we also have the New Year table index. We can call it this way, like the basket of the goods that you need to purchase for the new year. And a lot of analysts, they measure how it changes. And for example, in the recent year, in 2024, year-over-year increase was up to 26 or 28%, depends on the region. So this is the very good inflation market, by the way. Like, even though the official inflation is somewhere between 7 and 9%, here is your real life inflation, 26 to 28%. So yeah, these things they are important. And then of course, like every family, they have their own tradition. And again, all country has their another minor tradition. In the New Year's Eve is where right 11:55, 5 minutes before midnight, we have the I don't know how to say, like the speech of the president. It started again in the Soviet Union, where they addressed the nation, saying that this year was very tough, and the next one will be tough as well.
Is that always what they say?
Yeah, every time. I think we can find the selection where Putin says, like, this year was very tough. This year was very tough. I think, like, out of the 25 years like in power, he mentioned this like 20 plus times. Yeah.
It's always a hard year in Russia.
Well, yeah, of course. You know, like the happiness through misery.
I was going to say I've been many times. I enjoy it, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What about your traditions?
I'll go through them very quickly. I mean, when I was living in the U.S., it would just be a family event. So when my grandmothers were alive, we'd go up to where they were staying, stay with one on Christmas Eve, when one side of my family was more focused on Christmas Eve, where again, in the West, some folks celebrate the 24th being Christmas Eve more than the 25th, others more the 25th. So we would do that on the 24th, then go see the other grandma on the 25th. We would typically have fish from my Norwegian side of the family. So I don't know if that's a Norwegian tradition, but my grandmother, who was Norwegian, would make fish, things like that, a bunch of different fish, salmon, cod, all that. It was always good. And then I would go see the Puerto Rican grandmother the next day, and she would be making rice and beans, so something completely different. But yeah, it was always like that. So I don't even think in the U.S. you have a particular tradition, 100%, anything like that. I think it's really family dependent. Some will emphasize the Christmas Eve 24th. Some emphasize Christmas Day. Some eat turkey. Some will have a baked chicken. But I don't think we have the same level of traditions. For example, in Europe, where some countries have very specific, or even in Latin America, a set meal or things that they would usually have. So I think, again, we're a bit of a melting pot in America, right? So everybody's bringing traditions from other places. So that's how I would describe it.
Are there any particular traditions in your family, how you celebrate New Year's?
No, I just told you, I think that was when my two grandmothers were alive. I think now we're all living, apart from each other. So maybe have a phone call and, and connect. But besides that, I don't think so. I think, yeah, it's a family day. So hang out with family and, or in my case, speak to family. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you don't have the long break, do you?
In the US?
Yeah.
You usually get the rest of the week. Not even the rest of the week, to be honest. You might get a couple of days. In school, you always got the full time off. It was winter break, maybe a week or two. In the U.S., you might get 24 half day or maybe full day 24, 25, but then you're back to work on the 26th.
Oh.
And then you don't have off until New Year's Day. So again, the U.S. doesn't like to give much holiday or leave or anything like that. So it's something like that.
Okay.